No one sees the war you fight when the lights are off. No one hears the battles echoing inside your skull at 3 a.m. when sleep becomes a stranger and your thoughts become a battlefield. No one knows how many times you've stood in front of the mirror, staring at the reflection of a man who looks like he's holding it together. But inside, he's falling apart. And still, you don't scream. You don't complain. You don't collapse in front of the world. You carry the weight in silence. Because that's what men do, right? But here's what no one tells you. The war you fight in silence, the one no one else claps for, the one no one else sees, is the war that will define who you are. It's the battle that shapes your soul. It's the pain that molds your strength. It's the loneliness that builds your clarity. And it's the quiet victories, the ones no one celebrates but you, that will one day roar louder than anything you ever said out loud. Maybe you're there right now. Maybe you're walking around with 1,000 invisible wounds. Maybe every smile you show to the world is stitched together with fragments of your broken past. Maybe no one checked on you this week. Maybe no one asked how you're doing because they think you're strong. But you know the truth. You know that some days strength isn't flexing muscles. It's getting out of bed when everything inside you says, don't. You fight that war in silence, and the silence is heavy. It doesn't echo. It suffocates. It creeps in while you're staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes. It walks beside you while you're in a room full of people, feeling completely alone. It lies beside you at night while your mind replays everything you regret, everything you lost, everything you fear. But still you rise, you show up, you keep going, you lift yourself when no one else does. That is where power is born. That is where resilience is forged. You see, there are men who speak loud, who perform for applause, who chase the noise of validation. And then there are men like you, men who suffer in silence, who heal without attention, who build themselves quietly while the world sleeps. And one day the world will ask you how you did it. They'll ask you where your strength came from, and you'll smile, because the answer is too raw to put into words. The answer is in every tear you never cried in public. It's in every night you swallowed pain instead of projecting it onto others. It's in every moment you felt like quitting, but didn't. No one applauds the man who fixes himself, but that man changes everything. That man becomes unbreakable. There's a reason you're going through what you're going through. Life has chosen you for this test because it knows what you're capable of. It knows there's something inside you that can't be taught in schools or read in books. It's earned in suffering. It's learned in silence. You are being shaped in darkness, so you can shine when it matters most. You will not stay in this war forever. The nights won't always feel this long. The weight won't always feel this unbearable. But what you build now, the grit, the mindset, the fire, will stay with you for life. This pain is not punishment. It's preparation. Preparation for the man you're becoming. The man who doesn't break when life tests him. The man who leads without needing a crown. The man who stands tall not because of who supports him, but because of what he survived. You see, the world teaches us to hide our pain, to pretend, to armor up and act like nothing touches us. But you and I both know, the strongest men feel the most. They just choose not to let their pain define them. They let it refine them. That moment when you feel like you've got nothing left, that's the moment you find what you're really made of. That's when you stop being a boy and start becoming a man. Not a perfect man, not an invincible man, but a man who's seen hell and didn't run from it. A man who turned his wounds into weapons. A man who no longer fears the silence, because he's learned to use it. You don't need the world to validate your struggle. You don't need applause to know you're winning. All you need is that fire inside you, the one that refuses to die even when everything feels cold. The one that whispers, "Not yet," when the world tells you to give up. The one that says, "Keep going," even when you've lost everything but your will. Maybe they left you. Maybe they doubted you. Maybe you've been misunderstood your whole life. That's okay, because you're not here to be understood. You're here to be undeniable. This war in silence, it's not a curse. It's the birthplace of warriors. It's where the man inside you is being reborn, raw, real, and relentless. You are not weak because you cry in the dark. You are not broken because you've questioned your worth. You are human. And being human means you have a choice, and to either let this pain destroy you or build you. You already know what choice you're making. You're not here to be another background character in life's story. You're here to rewrite the script, to rise from the ashes, to carry the weight with grace and then let it turn you into someone even you didn't know you could become. Let them doubt. Let them walk away. Let them underestimate you. Every man who's ever changed his life started with someone not believing in him. Good. Let them not believe in you, because you believe in yourself, and that's more powerful than all their silence combined. This battle you're fighting right now, maybe it's heartbreak, maybe it's failure, maybe it's just the emptiness of feeling invisible. Whatever it is, it's making you. It's sharpening you. And one day you will look back on this war and smile, like not because it didn't hurt, but because you conquered it. The scars you carry won't define you. How you earn them will. And when it's over, when the storm has passed, you'll still be standing, not as the man you used to be, but as the man you were always meant to become. Quiet, focused, relentless, unshakable. So fight on. Fight with everything in you. Fight for your peace. Fight for your purpose. Fight for the man you are destined to be. Because in the end, the war you fight in silence will be the reason the world hears your name. And that silence you once feared, it will become the loudest victory you ever spoke. So when you wake up tomorrow and the weight still lingers, remember, you're not behind, you're not lost, you're not late, you're becoming. Becoming the kind of man who's built in silence, strengthened by solitude and sharpened by every unseen struggle. The world may not notice your progress yet, but you will. You'll feel it in the way you walk, in the way your voice carries more gravity, in the way you begin to need less from others and more from within. There will be days when you still feel tired, when the war seems endless. That's okay. Progress isn't loud. Healing isn't always poetic. Sometimes it's just getting through the day without giving up on yourself. And that, my brother, is enough. You're building something inside of you that no one can take away. Discipline, patience, grit. You're becoming the kind of man who doesn't flinch in chaos because you've lived through worse in your mind. The kind of man who people look at one day and say, he changed everything, but no one saw it coming. They didn't need to, because it was never about them. It was always about you versus the mirror. And now, look again. Really look. That reflection staring back isn't a man pretending anymore, it's a man preparing. And one day soon, that man will rise.